YouTube, don't block my video, please, okay? But Cardi B is on the cover of Rolling Stone, all right? And she talked about her family, her career, her new album. You know, we all know that Cardi and her husband Offset, they've had their issues and ups and downs, but she talked about how that's her best friend. They really love and like each other. And basically, they are back together and, all of that. So everything is working out on that. So she talked about a lot of things, but the one topic that is breaking the internet is when she said that she's not voting for, President Biden or the other guy. Okay? She's not voting for either of them, and she explained the reason why in the magazine. But I want you all to hear her words and the reason why she's saying now that she's not voting. So instead of me reading the article to you, let's listen to what Cardi had to say today. And then at the end, I'm also going to add what she said in the magazine. Let's get into it.
Everywhere, and I'm getting kind of dragged for it. But you know what? This is something that I don't give a fuck if they drag me or not, because at the end of the day, I was asked a question. I was asked a question and I answered the question. And this is just how I feel and this is how I am. Um, I guess I don't want to say too much neither, because if you know, you know. And at the end of the day, I'm an artist and I'm not protected. I'm not protected. And for all, a lot of people be like, but why can't you speak on it? Everybody know that anybody that speak on shit is getting blackballed. Like this, and I can't afford to get blackballed unless y'all gonna maintain me and take care of me. I can't afford to get blackballed. But I am just so tired of people saying that it was very irresponsible for me to give my opinion or how I feel about the presidential election. When it comes to local election, I do feel like you guys should be more informed of who's running your district. I totally agree. Your governors, your mayors, that's very important, because those are the people that are close to you that you could complain about what's going on where you live. When it comes to presidents, I don't want to vote. Yes, there are other candidates, but guess what? This is like Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Only two people matter right now, and we know that. I mean, look at the debates. Nobody's worried about nobody debating but Trump and Biden. I don't want to pick. I don't want my vote. I'm not telling you guys to vote. I don't want my vote. I don't ever want to feel. I don't ever want to feel something happen in the next 2 years, and I feel like, damn, my vote contribute to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my vote to contribute on whatever happened in the next 2 or 4 years. When it comes to Trump, I cannot support him because I feel like he wants to do a dictatorship. We already know what he gave when he was in, elected for 4 years. It was a crazy race war, and not only do he wants to do a dictatorship, he wants to take the right from women. I am very pro on women should do what they want with their bodies. It is not easy bringing a life to this world. And as a person, Trump claims to be a businessman. And it's like, how are you a businessman and yet you will want somebody that probably can afford to have a child, is too young to have a child, to have a child if they have the choice to think. I saw something in Florida that they said you cannot even get an abortion if you can't even get an abortion if you over 6 weeks. Every time I have ever found out in my life that I was pregnant, I find out that I'm pregnant and I'm about 10 to 12 weeks. I never find out I'm pregnant when I'm 6 weeks, because I'm a person that got irregular periods. So that doesn't even make sense to me. So Trump is always out the way for me. Like, he's just not a president for me. And then when it comes to Biden, I can't support you because you're funding a war. You're funding a war where millions are getting killed. And you know who's getting killed? This is not a war that is soldiers fighting soldiers. Because if it's soldiers fighting soldiers, all right, it's a war. That's a battle. But there's children and parents getting killed. I am a parent. I will hate that my kid get killed because they got crushed by rubble. I will hate to be a child and to see my father or my mother get killed due to a bomb. I can't that. I just can't. My heart can't. My heart can't. I can't support that. I'm never going to be for that. And everybody's like, well, you got to pick the lesser evil. What? That's both evil. It's both evil. And I'm all for protecting America and for the better of America, but this war is not doing nothing for America. And it hurts me that it's like, okay, yes, okay, let's protect America by all costs of means. While children are dying, while families are dying, I'm not with that. I hate that. That disgusts me. No matter what religion, no matter what language we speak, we all have one thing in common. We love. We love our children. We love our parents. We love our family. And just because somebody just speaks a different language from me, believe in other things from me, but have different religions from me, I I know they feel the pain that I will feel if I was to lose a loved one. Everybody feels the same pain. Nobody's immune to pain and nobody's immune to love. So I cannot support not both. And I said that. And I didn't want to get into details and I'm saying what I'm saying and I'm saying how I feel. And if I'm wrong for that, because this is how I feel, then I'd rather be wrong. I'd rather be wrong, but I'm not going to feel guilty. 3 years from now, 2 years from now, when one of these old hags is our president and some fuck shit happen, I don't want to feel guilty that I'm part of the pick. I'm not going to feel guilty that I'm part of the pick. I'm not. And I'm not encouraging anybody to not vote. You do what you want to do. But I'm telling you what I'm doing. And that's it. And that's all I wanted to talk about. Anyways, I'm out of here because I don't even really want to fuck with y'all. I'm not fucking with a lot of y'all. I just want to get that clear out the way because I'm very passionate about political issues. I'm very passionate about political issues, but the more you know and the more passionate you become, the more you see that our leaders are evil. Nobody has a good heart. Nobody do choices for a good heart. And that's just how I feel. Goodbye.
Like Cardi says, she's not encouraging anyone to not vote. That's her choice. But I think what people were looking for is instead of saying, I'm not supporting, I'm not voting, they were looking for her to say, look, I endorse this person, and right now I'm not happy with the results. So I have scheduled a meeting to meet with the president and the vice president at the White House. I have scheduled meetings to have conversations. I have scheduled meetings to show them where I feel they went wrong and what we can do to make it better. I have scheduled these meetings because I endorse him and now I feel this way. That's what they were expecting her to do. Since Cardi B have this huge platform, that's what most people wanted her to do because her voice matter. But I'm glad that she came back and clarified that, listen, it's just me, my choice. I'm not encouraging you to not vote. There's also a lot of information out there that's being misinterpreted. So the communication and having the conversation could have cleared up some things and some confusion. And it's like, okay, so if you are doing these things and if you are delivering aid to the people and your administration, is doing all of these things, then everyone has to do a better job when it comes to communicating that to the public, letting the public know what's going on, because there's certain information out there where people have no clue about the positive that's happening. So this would have been a major opportunity for someone with Cardi B platform to get informed, get all of the necessary information from the people themselves, and then coming back and communicating it in a way where her audience would understand. However, what Cardi is saying is that she did her own research. She did her research and all of that, and based on what she's saying, she doesn't need to do a meeting or do any of that or have these conversations, because based on her research, it's still a no for her. And she could have had a meeting and still end up with, nah, I still feel the way that I feel. I get that. I'm just explaining and expressing what I'm seeing on social media, that people felt like, yes, you have your career, you are a mother, you have all of these things going on, but since you've always used your platform, this was your moment to also use your platform and have those conversations. Don't just have the conversation when you think this person is going to be amazing. The moment you don't think that they are amazing, it's like, I'm not voting. How about then you hold them accountable and you have those conversations? That'll be very important, where they get the opportunity to break things down and explain things to you. And if you still feel, after seeing the facts and after hearing it from them, that, nah, I'm good, I still don't support, then you can move forward from that. But whatever Cardi B decides to do, I wish Cardi B and her family absolutely nothing but the best. And to that, I will say that this right here is starting a conversation. You don't have to get dressed up and go to the White House and meet with the president to start a conversation. Hopping on this topic is starting the conversation. And who knows, people probably are reaching out to Cardi B, and maybe something like that will happen. But once again, please stay focused on the message. She's speaking for herself. She's not saying to anyone, don't vote, because we all need to vote. And for those of you who are new here, the accent is from West Africa, Liberia. I was born in Liberia. I'm a survivor of the Liberia Civil War. So although what's happening, it's not a civil war. I'm just expressing that I have lived through a war. So trust me, I 100% understand what Cardi is talking about, because I lived it. I lived through the shots, through the bombing, through everything. I witnessed it with my own eyes. Just research the Liberia Civil War just to see how many people died and all of the brutal things that happened. I'm not going to give no gruesome details, but I'm just saying that I do have empathy, because I know what it feels like to not know if you're going to live the next day, if you're going to have food the next day, if your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, or your families are going to be next to you the next day, or if the house or the shelter that you are living in is going to be bombed the next day. I know that fear and that feeling all too well. As my family and I survived that war, I lost a lot of family also in the war. So I'm very empathetic. I have sympathy and all of that, because I have lived through a civil war. So I know what it feels like for people to think they're fighting for a cause or fighting for something, but it's the innocent people and the innocent lives that get destroyed. And thank God that my family and I were able to survive, and I still have life. I look at life through a different lens, because I shouldn't even be here speaking to anyone right now. So trust me when I say I feel for everybody, and my prayers go out to everyone. And Cardi, regardless if you're voting or not, thank you for using your platform. And this is going to start a conversation, and hopefully positive things can happen and the change that we want to see can come. I'm wishing all of you well, and take care. My loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.